I think we're going to make this session a bit different for this time because before this, I have actually approached Philip HQ to ask them to give us some questions, okay, for this presentation so that I can get to Dr. Tan to answer this question. So we have 9 very good questions that we'll be having today so that Dr. Tan can actually answer this question. Of course, we have filtered it through because some of the questions are duplicate. So that's why we have 9 questions overall. So before we move on to these questions that is very related to what is happening in the market now, I'm going to give an allowance of doubts that to those people who are not really following what is the current situation now. So I'm going to do a bit of introduction, very basic introduction of our market outlook and some of the market risks as well before we getting into the questions that will be answered by Dr. Tan. All right. So as you can see from this slide that we are having, it's actually a Dow Jones performance chart. That as you can see from this chart, the highest point was actually started in February 12th. It was 29,568.57, and it actually went all the way down on 23rd March 2020 to 18,213.65. And what we had as per 18 May, it actually rebound at a 35% increase from the lowest point. All right. So what we had here from 18 May 2020 to the highest point, which is in February, there's a gap of approximately 60% gap. All right. This is Dow Jones. The next slide, as you can see here, is our small cap index. Looking at the trend, it is quite similar to Dow Jones. Highest point, it's in January, starting 14,323.20, and it went all the way down to 7,689.27 at the lowest at 19 March, and it actually rebound at 56% to the latest 18 May at 11,991.71. And you can see from the 18 May 2020 to the highest point, it is also approximately 60% to the highest point. So it's quite similar to Dow Jones. This is a comparison that we do between Dow Jones and our small cap performance. As you can see, our small cap actually fell sharper and it rise sharper compared to Dow Jones as well. So this is direct comparison that we had for Dow Jones. We did an analysis starting 10 March 2020 to 18 May 2020. So why do we choose this 10 March? Actually, it's not an investment day or a special event in the market. 10 March is actually the last physical presentation that we had with Philip Capital. It was in Kota Damansara, and it was actually presented by Dr. Tan. So that was our last physical presentation in Kota Damansara. So it sounds a bit sentimental, but the point is 10 March to 18 May, what we can share here, we just do an analysis. It actually, Dana Makmur actually performed 10.12% during this period of time from our last meeting with Philip. All right. So I think from the session itself in Kota Damansara is a very good session. The classroom was packed, where I think there's a lot of questions coming from advisors, and I think Dr. Tan answered most of the questions at the time. So that is where people are actually looking into our fund, and they are starting to share more about our fund. If let's say 10 March for those who need some time to digest what we had, our philosophy, let's say if you come in 10 days later, which is 23rd March 2020, it was our lowest NAV at the time, where we can see a rebound of 26.6% to 18 May 2020. So that means at the lower point that we had 10 days after the last physical presentation that is done in Kota Damansara, we have a 26.6% rebound. Okay. So I think most of us, when we are dealing with our investors, I think we know what kind of risk that we are having in the market for now. Okay. So this is a few risks that is having, of course, the COVID-19, which it's already a pandemic, and also the oil price that's happening around February or March. During the time, oil price has actually dropped, which is causing the market to sell off. And you can see the recent news as well between US and China. They were poking with each other. And also at this time of economy, I think people are more tendency to have holding a safety asset during this time. And with the recent news that is happening in Malaysia and Hong Kong, in terms of political, I think you can see there's a lot of news that's going on in Hong Kong and Malaysia lately. And not to mention the geopolitical tension between US, China, North Korea, and the Middle East. So this is the few risks that we are aware that is happening in our country and globally. Does that mean that we are asking our investors to stop investing at this time? I think that would be inappropriate. I think where we are coming from is actually as an advisor, I think we should learn more and we should ask more questions so that we need to choose the right fund manager to help us to manage this risk. In the meantime, to maximize your investors' wealth. Okay. So from the chart just now, what I share about all the return, we are actually not telling that, okay, during this short period, you have all this rebound. We are not asking for short-term investment. In fact, that what we are telling that you should, at this time of period, you should actually looking for a long-term period of time. Okay, take a longer view where you could actually do a dollar cost averaging at this moment of time. Okay, so this is something that we are sharing, that these all rebound during this time will lead back to our previous presentation that we did with Philip. Is crisis is a problem, but could also be an opportunity. All right. So we have some market strategy that we are having currently. Okay, we can see that recently the government actually have this conditional movement control where business can actually start to run, and it in fact have a boost to the market sentiment. Okay. However, having said that, I think the demand and the recovery is also very depending as a globally how other countries are doing in handling this pandemic. You can see also major economy in North Korea and Europe are starting to reopening their economies. Until the exact vaccine or the drugs is available, I think people are actually very cautious, are still monitoring the condition. And as you can see, the US, China that recently, they have been poking with each other. They are, it will also increase the risk that we had in the market. So as for us, I think for 2020, we are cautious. We are very cautious of what is happening around us. And we have this philosophy that we will definitely eye for a quality stock that have a long-term earning growth potential. with low gearing. And also in the meantime, we will trim our equity exposure if, let's say, we believe stock have rally beyond their fundamentals. I think during this time, everyone will be staying at home very much during this 2 months period. We have also shared a lot of articles, okay, and videos. The last time we did is quite frequent. We do it on weekly basis, one article, one video. It is available in our website. Okay, we have, for those who know us very well, we have actually modernized our website. Okay, we have put in articles, we have shared our videos in our website, and also for those who follow us at Facebook, you can actually get all those articles and videos which you can actually share with your investors. Okay. So I think that was a very brief introduction of what is going on with our market, and you can actually take a look on our articles after this. So we'll move into Q&A. As I mentioned earlier, we have 9 questions that we had. So I think Dr. Tan is already in line. I think the first question that being posed is, technology is changing very fast. Do you personally see any potential lagging of our tech players in Malaysia to adjust and adopt with the fast changing technology advancement? Our tech company may be showing great performance today, but next year they may be outpaced by others. So Doc, would you mind to answer on that?
Yep. Hello.
Yep, Doc.
Hopefully everybody is okay. Actually, I put on I put on the video, you know, but I don't know whether they all can see me. Hello.
Yeah, what video you actually put up? Yeah.
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 But,
we are still
hello.
seeing your Q&A slides currently.
Yeah, yeah. Your Q&A slide still
We're
there.
still seeing your
Yeah.
I don't think they can see me, although I open it up already.
Oh, okay. So you want me to stop sharing this video so that you can put it up?
You can take it off. Maybe when
Okay.
I need, you can put it back again. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Doc.
Well, how many people are attending today? I look like there are quite a number of people. Huh? Hello.
There's 170, Doc.
Wow, it's big number.
Yes, it's big number. Everyone is waiting for your talk, Doc.
Yeah, actually, just to recap, you know, I mean, when on the March the 10th, when I was in at your office, I thought that was a good timing. I actually make a good effort to go there, and we actually also mentioned that, you know, you may lose a bit of money, but actually crisis is an opportunity. And during crisis, sometimes, you know, the price was dropping way out of the fundamental, you know, it becomes so cheap. That's why sometimes I felt that, you know, people should seriously think about that. But sure enough, when we were at your office, the market has dropped a lot, but it continued to drop a bit more. Then after that, you know, it was surprisingly, before the economy improved, the market already ran, which I also mentioned. In Asian crisis, in global financial crisis, it's also happened like that. Before the economy improved, the market go to the lowest point first. And it's the price that is important, you know. So someone asked me a question today, quite interesting. They said, how do you compare rubber glove versus oil and gas? Then he said, isn't it rubber glove is better? What do you think I should answer? Hello, anybody got any opinion? Hello. Yeah, wow, I see a lot of people. Muhammad Faisal, how are you? Good, good, good. And also one Muhammad Faisal. How are you? Are you sitting in a car? Are you in the car now? Okay. And then Muhammad Arif, how are you? I may have met you before, right? Yeah. Anyway, just to just to, I mean, these are the questions people will ask, But actually, fund management is very interesting. At the end of the day, it's the management and the price and the industry also. Of course, you may say, well, oil and gas is facing a lot of problem. But if you look at hibiscus go from 75 cents down to 25 cents. And today is 50 over cents. If you know how to go and buy at 25 cents, you're up 100%. Quite interesting. Yeah. But of course, at the same time, you notice that rubber glove has run very well because they were all saying that this is in their best time. They have better average selling price. They also have a higher volume. That's why rubber glove has been running. But also, you notice that they have run very fast. Less than 6 weeks. I think many of them go up more than 100 over percent. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I should answer the first question. We are talking about technology. I think why is people so bullish in technology? Because I think the demand for technological product is so huge, in so many ways. That's why people are interested in a sector that is growing. But although you say that, you must be a company that has technology, has research, has knowledge, to continue to grow with the economy, you know, and to continue to grow with the industry. So it's very important. So that's why we being full time, we run around. Yeah, that you notice that in Southeast Asia, of course, Penang is one of the favorite place. So Penang, you take a look at it last year, many of them has done well and corrected and then bounce back up again. So now all these companies, if they can do their research, keep in touch with the so-called technological demand, then they will do well. Yeah, as usual. At the end of the day, it's also the price. When the share has outrun his fundamental, you also need to be careful. You can grow, you can be a very good company, but if your share price is too high, you need to be careful. Yeah, that's one thing I want to. I will stop here for this question because I don't know how. I wonder all these 9 questions was asked by how many people. If it's only asked by 2 people, then we have a problem. We have 100 over people listening to this. So I want to give time to other people who have more question. Next question.
Yep. The second question is, according to the current market situation, what is your outlook and future expectation of the market during MCO and after Hari Raya?
Now, I think to answer your questions, because the MCO, come out towards the end of March, and you would expect many companies result that come out for the first quarter will be slightly down, which I think some of the the the, the company announcing their result are showing a big weaker result, but some of them are because, yeah, like if it's hibiscus announced result yesterday, has a briefing this morning, and hibiscus was saying that, they still make 28 million, but it's down from 50 over million. Yeah, but for the first 9 months, they are still okay. So for the coming, and they are interesting. They say they continue to work. They somehow, yeah, but they are hurt because of the lower oil price. Yeah, but they are reasonably good company. So they have been very volatile, created by the oil price, the up and down. So I know in general, I feel that because of the MCO, because of some inconvenience, you can't work or this and that, you can't meet the client and all this. So you see that they will be affected on the first quarter, but not so much because it's more on towards the March. But I think this quarter, April plus a bit of May, and then also still slowly opening it up, I think you will expect generally the result for the second quarter will be worse. That's my feel. You will see the economic pick up also on condition that the COVID has COVID new for the new cases has improved. So you may see a bit better on third and fourth quarter. I mean that's my general feeling. Okay, next one.
Okay, and third question is how can we tell investors about the current market situation? Because market uncertainty, most people are afraid to invest.
Okay, I think I don't blame them. Money is not easy to make, especially when you have a bad times. And you definitely want to be careful, and you are not a pro. So you and the market is volatile, and the market got no logic. And sometimes the market also don't go with the fundamental, except there are others they follow the fundamentals. So you need to be careful. That's all. Yeah. And of course, I don't want to make you a big laugh. I was telling you that you better ask us to do the job for you. Next.
What are the sectors and company that Dana Makmur is going into now?
Okay, I cannot. I don't want to do this. Actually, your question actually not so nice. I say we can't tell you what we do. Yeah. If we tell you what to do, we are either asking you to support us, which is not so right. But I can still share with you how I feel in general about the market. But in general, you still wanted to look for a sector that can grow. And then when you come to the company that you wanted to invest, the company management is good, even though if you're in the right sector, if the management is no good, also it will not be so good. So generally, if you ask me, it's very clear, very obvious actually earlier, that the demand for the rubber glove will be there. And but somehow, when the market crashed, nobody pay attention, and then subsequently somehow a lot of people start buying. That's why the share keep on going up. Now but if rubber gloves go up too much and they become also fundamentally out of line, you also need to be careful. Okay, yeah. Of course, we earlier has mentioned many times we like renewable energy. We like solar, we like this and that. But in this part of the world, there are not so many of this type of companies. Solar, renewable energy like hydroelectric power, and all these are definitely still the demand is still there. Oil and gas, I think, is volatile. Now that they have volunteered to cut down their output, so the price may stabilize. But the good news is earlier, because the share price has dropped so sharply, way below, way below. It's so undervalued that yeah, you may want to buy earlier. Yeah, like I mentioned, you look at hibiscus go from almost 80, 90 cents down to 25 cents, and you just imagine you buy 25 cents, you make a lot of money, even though the outlook is not so great. Yeah, but of course, now that they address it, you felt that even at present oil price, it should consider very low. They can't produce oil at that kind of a price. So hopefully that oil price will go up a bit and stabilize. Yeah. Of course, we are definitely very bullish on 5G. And I think 5G will be the next area of growth. Everything that's going to support 5G, you will see some excitement there. Either it's IoT or either any instrument or equipment that help to produce this will be hot. That's why people are still centered on in Penang, where they help to support the 5G. Yeah. So anything else? Healthcare, also same, but you also need to study them. In general, your valuation is important. Next.
for client that who are investing now, is it a good time to do a top up?
Okay, I think the beautiful time was March the 10th when I was in your office. At that time, nobody will know where's the lowest point, but it's a good time to think about it. If in fact for the next 10 days, no, won't say next 10 days, March the 10th, for the next 13 days, the market went to the lowest point on March the 23rd. The next 2 weeks, if you buy, any one of you who buy would actually make very good profit now because it came down quite sharply. So crisis is an opportunity. In fact, I make it very clear on March the 10th. I say if you have long-term money, if you put money in the saving account, please take your money out and put a little bit into the equity market. I was not wrong because there's no way I can predict where's the lowest point. But of course, if you buy on the 10th or you buy on the next few days, or you say, Alamak, I know just a few days only I lost so much money. But that's the way it behaves, the market. Towards the end, it go down very sharply, then it will move up. And you may want to average it, So at the moment, I think the market is still quite volatile. I think if you have long-term money, you can put a bit, you go down, you can put some more, But in the long run, I think this you are not buying at the highest point. Yeah, of course, you're not buying at the lowest point, but I think you are still at the very reasonable range. That's all I can say. Okay, next.
For asset allocation in foreign equities, what is the maximum percentage investment to there? I see there is an increasing exposure to foreign equity in March and May.
I
Towards May.
think
Yeah.
I think in all respect, if you take a look at ASEAN, actually if you look at end of April, Indonesia is the worst performed market, Philippines is second worst, in fact, earlier, I think Malaysia small cap also one of the worst, We like to go to country that perform the worst and take a longer term view. And I think Indonesia, Philippines, and all these, before you can see it that this good well-managed company, they can turn around and do better, you know what I mean? Yeah. So uh, I think you notice that we start investing in Philippines and Indonesia and all those because we think these are very cheap and this will give us a very good long-term return. Okay, so you will see that you will see that any place where we think they are cheap, we will go there. Yeah. Okay, next.
What sort of event that we should anticipate that can turn into recovery, into a W-shaped recovery, both locally and worldwide?
Yeah, okay. I think this is a very technical question, man. It sounds like I'm gonna take a master degree or PhD. Okay, I assume you're asking that whether there will be a second dip, I think when you see it very volatile, there is always some volatility there, and there will be some share that go down, after going up very high, Yeah. So like for example, at the moment it's so clear that rubber glove has been going up, and then how you feel, But most of them think that they are having the best time. They have higher average selling price. They also have higher volume, and the demand is there. And Malaysia is the obvious place, and it's a very and produce at a very low cost, but when the share went so out of line, then you also need to be careful. So the volatility is there, and like US, US, Dow Jones dropped within 5 weeks and 3 days. Dow Jones dropped 38%, and Dow Jones has moved back up to only 16 to 17%. So many people are very uncomfortable. And when Dow Jones do that, we also follow. You can also feel a bit uncomfortable, but then you be steady, you think it's expensive, you can get out, and then you wait, and you evaluate, you go and find some other undervalued stock, To be fair, I always tell people this one. You look at the way the share move, it is too sharply up, too volatile, it will come down. So the volatility is there. Your W shape or V shape or whatever shape, I think it depends very much on how far the share go down, even though it's a very good company. That is a skill. That is a skill. That is an experience. That is your research. It's just like when I went to your office on March the 10th and I said, this is an opportunity. I tell you, some of the people are saying, Chong, you're mad, You're mad, You know how bad is the market out there, But the market got no logic. But it happened so many times. It happened in Asian crisis. Asian crisis hit the lowest point on September the 1st, 1998 in Malaysia. And by September the 30th, it's only 30 days and the market went up close to 40%. Just imagine, because the share just go down so, and it's so cheap, a lot of people who have some sense of it, they go in and buy. And when you buy, when at the lowest point, there's very few share around. So people tend to, you buy a little bit only, you go up. You buy the share, it goes up. In fact, in global financial crisis also, at the lowest point in 2009, during the first quarter of 2009, the whole ASEAN market, every one of them almost, they hit the lowest point in the first quarter of 2009. When the economy is not good, economy is getting worse, So this time I really take the risk, to go and say something like that. I know in the bad time you already feel, very stressed, You cannot afford to lose any more money. And then here you go, this guy, go and talk something like that, But of course, honestly sincerely I feel that that's why I say that statement, to all of you and say, look, you put some of your money in, and your chances of winning is very high. And you're not putting all your money there because that's a bit dangerous. And we all have children, right? Yeah. Okay, next, I think I've
Question number 8, Doc. What is your opinion on global REITs market? Should we continue averaging down or stay completely out of it for the moment?
okay. I think REITs market in terms of regulation, in terms of controlling their industry has improved a lot, because most of the REITs, they don't allow you to borrow more than 50%. So REITs are generally very stable. But although you say that, now, if you buy the share, it goes up. If you push the REITs too high, it's not that safe, You also need to be careful. Yeah. But REITs are not like most of the ordinary shares. There's a range that it will go up and down, But we generally will only think about REITs when they are at the lowest, because the beta is not so high, unless this is some strange REITs, with somebody borrow money, and they force sell his shares, and then his share go down to the lowest point. But my advice to you is that it's like any other shares. Please spend time to analyze it, If you don't spend time to analyze it, you are taking risks that you don't even know. Okay, next.
Last question before we open up. Do you think economy depression is a possible outlook?
Okay, I think if you look at the definitions, I've said a few times. I think depression means you have, like, 2 years of negative growth rate, whereas recession means 2 quarter of negative growth rate. You know what I mean? So I like to think that you will see a recession, but you will not see a depression. Depression means, you know, in the old days, in the 30s, when the depression come, they don't stimulate, you know, they tighten the economy further. Of course, you know, the guy already coughing, you know, you go and choke him, you know, the guy definitely can't grow. The situation now, if you take a look at now, you only worried that your country simply spend money. You look at the situation now. All the country, if possible, they reduce their interest rate to make it less burden to you. And they go for deficit budgeting, the deficit budgeting, deficit financing. They just stimulate the economy. And the last part in that, some country may even print more money, you know. So in this kind of situation, in this kind of thinking, there will not be a depression. It's just that later on, maybe you're a bit concerned that there will be inflation. Okay, is that a good news? It's not the best news. There's no depression, but it's bad enough. You have a recession. But then now I think it over. When I was in your office and March the 10th, I don't know. I don't think the IMF report has come out yet. I think. Raymond, do you remember?
No, I don't think we mentioned about anything on the IMF report.
Yes, I think the IMF report is not out yet at that
Yeah.
time. Yeah, at that time it's not out yet. But subsequently, you see, I think they come out. IMF report come out in April. I'm quite sure it's April. And then IMF reports say that the economy this year is going to be very bad. You know, and they were projecting U.S. This year economic growth rate will be minus 5.9. Malaysia will be minus 1.7. Some people even think it will be, I think some, is it minus 1.7 or 1.7? Sorry, I'm looking for my report. Sorry, I'm just a short one. Yeah. Just a short one. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, Malaysia, they are going for minus 1.7, you know. So they were going US, they are going for 5.9%, you know, minus 5.9, you know. That is quite fierce, quite fierce. Yeah, but look at that. They are going for they are going for Malaysia. I don't know whether they are too bullish. They are going for 9% on 2021. And in fact, most of the country they put a very bad. Thailand is minus 6.7, which is among the worst in ASEAN country. But Thailand, they're going for positive 6.1, a very big reverse, you know. So that's why I was quite bullish actually earlier. Even at the moment, if there's a volatility, it's good, you know. There'll be some share. If they correct it and you like it, you take a longer term view from now, you know. So that's a very okay. I think I've answered all already.
Yep, Doc, correct. You have answered all the 9 questions that's given by Philip HQ. But in
We
the
can
meantime,
open it up.
yeah, we are opening to the floor. But I think some of them actually already typed in the group chat. So should I read out to you, Doc?
One by one, okay, no problem.
There's a lot of questions. So one by
To be
one,
fair,
please forgive me if I
we
miss out
should
anyone.
okay.
So
To
I
be
go.
fair, we should only restrict it to one question from one person. Don't let the one person take 9 questions.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a question by Tan Lilian. Why Dana Makmur Pheim invest in JHM, Chronology, and Muhibah stock?
Okay, I think one at a time. The first one is who?
Sorry, it was by Liao Weixin. Yeah.
No. The first company.
First company is JHM.
Yeah, JHM. Okay.
Yep. Followed by Chronology and
I
Mohiba.
like to think JHM is not a bad company now. You know, JHM has earlier say they have contract from aerospace, and of course aerospace may have problem now, but I think the share also has been hit quite badly now. But we also have been cautious. The share go down quite badly at the lowest point. You buy them, you still make money. You know, yeah. So we concentrate on that their gearing is not high, their management is not bad. They are in the industry that you wait a bit longer, you should be okay. Actually, chronology, you notice that they came out a very not so good result because they are hit by MCO. Plus, what happened is that they did a very huge impairment. But I think they did the right thing. They do a very huge impairment now so that it will be clear from them next year, you know. So their management is good. They are in the business that can grow. They do a security job, you know. So I still think they are okay. I listened to their briefing this week, and the answer they give are reasonable. I would think it's also an opportunity that the management is good. The outlook for the industry is also good, you know. Yeah. The last one is Mohiba. I think Mohiba is hit very badly by the tourism industry. You know, the tourist industry in Cambodia is very bad, you know, and they run the airport there. So their income is very bad for a short while. So the way I look at it is that this kind of share, you don't touch them. When they go to the lowest, because their management is proven, they should be quite okay. Then if they are at the lowest, then only you buy them. Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah. Another one that I pick up is Adli Ishak. Hi, Dr. Tan. My question, I cannot see Data Sonic in top 10 holding on April fun fact sheet. What happened to Data Sonic? Is it sell all the Data Sonic shares already?
I think Datasonic has done very, very well, especially at the beginning of January and February. We obviously we did the right things and we sold some. Yeah. I'm not supposed to tell you that much. So we sold some, yeah. And somehow this share went down very badly. Yeah, also has some forced selling, and but recover quite a lot, quite 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 credibly, you know, they have recovered. Okay, next question.
Yeah. Question by KOQ. Good afternoon, Dr. Tan. COVID-19 has affected the country a lot. What do you think the new PN government has money to run the mega construction project like ECRL, HSR, and MRD3?
I think they will be cautious. I like to think they'll be cautious. They will try to stimulate according to their ability. So you just have to let the management do the job. You know. Hopefully that they will do they will do well. That's all I can say because I'm not the decision maker. I don't know them. You know, yeah. We just hope that whoever given the job will do the job lah to stimulate the economy at the most efficient and effective way. Okay, next.
I think another one is Ken Lang Ke. How do you see oil and gas sector and also Sapura Energy, Rich Energy, and Hibiscus?
We basically like to have limited exposure because the industry is volatile, and when we do that, that means we will decide. You know, our criteria is always that the company is relatively low gearing, and we're very comfortable with the management, and we must also buy at a very reasonable price, and then sell them off when we think they are a bit the price is a bit overstressed. At the moment, I think you see interestingly is that all this oil and gas stock, the share price just normally at least in the recently they go with the oil price. When the oil price go down, they just tank. When the oil price improve a bit, the share also improve. So you need to be careful. These are very special way of analyzing stock. So you need to be careful. You need to be. They are in a very volatile situation, and unless it's very cheap, you expect that the share can be very volatile. Unlike unlike your rubber glove, they are having a good time. Yeah, it's a matter of whether you be careful, whether you don't go and buy at the highest price. Okay, next.
Okay, I think so the latest one, Eric Wong, are you adding any stocks to your Dana Makmur fund?
We will continue to evaluate. If we can find a stock that meet our criteria, we definitely have to think about it. But at the same time, we also will watch our cash position. You don't go and buy share when you have no money. So if I have a lot of money, then I will think about it. Okay.
We can take in another one by Stanley. What is your personal opinion focus on Malaysia KLCI by end of 2020? I think he's asking for a forecast.
I normally don't know how to do that now, because you know why we concentrate on small mid cap, and KLCI is mainly big cap, yeah. But I think you need to watch more so whether the company you are interested in uh, 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 um, whether the company you're interested in will do better. I think you should concentrate on that. That's very important. Hey, your photo is static. Huh? I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So okay, your KLCI also depend very much on how the company profit goes, how the how people react to the company or all the big company. Okay, my friend. Anything else? Well,
I think
luckily, man, yeah.
I think we are taking the last one. I think pick up the latest one. Okay, wow, there's a lot of flowing in. So I just randomly pick one. Hi, Dr. Tan. A foreign fund has been flowing out from Malaysia and Southeast Asia market. Is there a major concern to the market? I think that will be a last question from Dr. Tan
Oh,
before we end.
of course. I think you sell the share, you go down. You buy, it goes up. So people who withdraw uh, will will hurt you, So how do we attract people to come back? I think it's very important. It's very important. The government, that's why having a good government is always very important. How you encourage them to come over, invest in your country, is important. So when you see situation, I can feel it, the foreigner are not so interested, But it's very hard to this thing, Doesn't mean they are right, Sometimes, they withdraw. They withdraw when they feel very differently than us, So of course, in the long run, the company, you have more company doing better. Uh, it is able to attract more people to come and invest. That include even local people. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I think that's all. I think that's all we can end this session. Thanks everyone for attending. Wish you all Selamat Hari Raya.
Okay. Definitely wish everybody Selamat Hari Raya if you are Muslim, and I thank you for attending. And if you have more questions, you can send in. But thank you for coming. Wish everyone play safe and stay at home. Yeah, I don't know whether you're allowed to have haircut. I just had my haircut not too long. Otherwise, I'm like a old days like a Beatles. It's so long the hair. Yeah. Okay, wish
Thanks, Doc.
everybody
Yeah.
healthy and safe.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you.
you, Dr.
Thank
Tan.
you. I hope everyone is okay. Have a good holiday. Yeah.
Raymond, do you have anything to add on?
No, I think that's all for today. I think thanks Sime for
And
arranging this. Yeah.
yeah, thank you for supporting us also. And then the
Mm.
fact that you come and listen, you are consider supporting us. And I wish everybody safe and exercise and eat the right food. Don't overeat. You you won't be able to build your immune system. Okay. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for
Bye.
this session. Thank you, Raymond,
Thank
for
you.
helping us to
Thank
arrange
you.
this. Yeah, we appreciate your
Thank
Thanks.
help
you.
and Selamat Hari Raya to
Selamat Hari
everyone
Raya to
and
everyone.
happy
Yeah.
holidays.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. For those who have yet to subscribe to our Telegram account, please do so at the link given in the group chat, as well as please spare some time to fill up the morning brief, Philip morning brief. Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate your attendance today.
Betul.